Hello, 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 hello. My brothers and sisters of Cameroon extraction, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever this message meets you. Accept heartily greetings from me, a fellow Cameroonian. I come on board to signal the dangers of social media information because this time around it has touched on the core of nation building, which is education, and not only education, but higher education that is supposed to produce final products for field practice. It is not even bad enough, it is touching the health sector, which is the heartbeat of the country, of any country. Healthy citizens makes for a healthy nation and a prosperous peoples. It is in this light that I feel obliged to digest for us the joint ministerial communique that came out from the meeting of Friday, the 16th of August, between the ministries of public health and higher education. Now, before this meeting, there's been a lot of propaganda and counter propaganda about the irrelevance and eventual banning of the HND and bachelor's degrees in the health related sectors. Now, for beginning, this is false information. No HND has been banned, no bachelor's has been banned in the health and paramedical sectors. This general feeling and misrepresentation is nursed and nurtured by ill-intentioned individuals who only want their interest. Hear me and hear me well. Do not listen to people who speak from their stomach. Once again, our ministers have proven wisdom and high sense of responsibility over the peoples they are tutoring by coming out clean and clear. And this time around, wisdom has triumphed over propaganda. Let us digest the communique, therefore, article by article. The two ministers convened this meeting with three key points on the agenda. Number one, the registration of holders of professional health degrees, that is BTS, HND, DSEP, HPD, into the Paramedical Council, the National Council for Paramedical Health Practicing Professionals. Now, number two, the issuance of equivalent respective academic titles to the grades of baccalaureate stroke GCE advanced level plus 3 years of university of studies and GCE advanced level plus 5 years of studies issued by the Ministry of Public Health, otherwise known by its French acronym MinSanté. Number three, the absence of paramedical engineering training programs in Cameroon. End of strong points on the agenda. Note, nothing is said about banning the HND. Nothing is said about questioning the quality of HND. Nothing is said about banning the bachelor's programs in paramedical health sectors. Now, discussions did eventually hold. Submissions came from ministry to ministry, directorate to directorate, and the following resolutions were arrived at. One, readjustment of training from the 2024-2025 academic year to align to the training cycles of MinSanté diplomas. This means that what? The readjustment in the competency package, capacity building in technical skills that should meet the health challenges of Cameroonians overseen by the Ministry of Public Health. This does not in any way question the quality of the HND. Every system grows, every system has the right to modify and change for the better. This is that such move. Health challenges are not static, they change. We never knew about COVID-19. It came on board. We don't know what else is lying ahead. Diseases mutate, they change, bacteria change, and so health challenges keep changing. And so should our skill sets. Those health professionals, those who are responsible to give solutions to our health problems, so too their skill sets have to change. And the ministries concerned are doing well to come together and open discussions for such adjustment. It is not putting to question any study cycle within the Ministry of Higher Education nor the Ministry of Public Health. However, some concerns are addressed. 1.2, they should be called mentorship of training, academic by MINSUP and technical by MINSANTE, Ministry of Public Health, following a harmonized training modality that the two ministries will come out with. That means that there is now need for effective field follow-up. One thing is clear, the training ministry, MINSUP, has been doing excellently well. Reason, HND holders are thriving around the world. We have never sent an HND certificate for verification in West, CFGNS, and other international verification bodies, and it comes back invalid. No, we have never. They integrate different practicing councils around the world. And therefore, that means that Minsante did Ministry of Public or Higher Education, I beg your pardon, Ministry of Higher Education did her job by universalizing, globalizing, and drawing up curricula and contents following standards that are acceptable worldwide. If not, we should have already had cases that are rejected in universities in other countries, but that has never been the case. So once again, our HNDs stand the test of time, locally and globally speaking. Now, co-mentorship somehow has already been into practice, though without clear definition of roles. We train in schools, we see schools train, but when students go for internship, all right, they get cover letters from Minister of Public Health, regional delegations and representing units to do the internship. Now we expect that these delegations and representing units are also supposed to design practice guidelines that are followed up during internship and obtain reports on outcomes of such internship for amelioration of training and practice. This we need to add as value. The curricula of MINSANTE diplomas need to be approved by MINSUP before they can integrate higher education ranks. This is another key resolutions they arrived at after discussion. 3, and last and not the least, paramedical engineering programs will be created and opened. Big opportunity here. Training schools should listen to this and take more than listening to propaganda and beginning to fuel social media with arguments and fights that are not necessary. An opportunity has been opened here that engineering programs will be created and opened. We should already be adjusting to this and make sure we grab the opportunity and offer Cameroonians the extra windows it brings. Now, they are in wisdom again, in great wisdom, great show of wisdom and professionalism. The meeting chaired by our two ministers came out with transitory measures. You don't just bring a change abroad, boom. Even if HND were to be banned, they will not ban it in one instant. There will be a transitory period. Now, but that's not the case we are talking about here. Now, transitory measures were entered into or enacted to define how that the collaboration between these two ministries will happen hereafter and ensure that trainees from MINSANTE and MINSUP will meet both academic demands to pursue further studies in MINSUP and technical demands to practice within MINSANTE structures, which are the hospitals, the maternities, the health units and structures around the country. And what about the service offices as administration and so on? Transition measure number 1. Students currently in training programs for the BTS, HND, DSEP, and HPD shall complete the training in respect of the curricula in use. This means that, and according to Measure Resolution 1.1 above, a new curriculum shall be drawn embedding the technical skill requested for local reality by Minsante, but maintaining the BMP structure and universality of the MINSU programs. This we should understand, my fellow Cameroonians. Let nobody come on social media and begin to sow confusion because they want one interest or the other that I'm unable to put my finger on. Minsante has not advocated for the banning of HND. Minsante is advocating for additional skills to our HND training that will qualify our graduates to practice efficiently and effectively in the country, responding to current needs of Cameroonians. This is vigilance. This is the role of Minsante, and they are doing it perfectly well, so that we don't train people who are not relevant to our reality. Okay. Now, number two, the Ministry of Public Health, in collaboration with the National Council for Paramedical Professionals, shall organize an admission examination into the council as a body that is supposed to regulate practice. Hear me and hear me good. A body that is supposed to regulate practice. We have been waiting for this to show for many years. We have not felt the impact of the National Council of Paramedical Practitioners. Not in training and workshops, not in organization of professional development unit tests and instances, not in paper publication, scientific publication that tells us the status quo of practice in Cameroon, not even in recommendations to the tutelary ministries for amelioration of training. So we are calling upon the council by this to sit up, that as they are organizing exams to admit candidates, they should be able to accompany these candidates throughout their different levels and stages in training and in practice. This will give us a healthy professional environment in Cameroon and in the health sector. Expectations. Number one, this is my opinion. MINSUP, as the guarantor, should protect all training institutions under its tutelage from cheap propaganda. Minsante should provide technical skills guide to training and practice. Minsante and MINSUP should stay in close collaboration to kick off any imposters and to harmonize training such that there is no disadvantage on any training under the respective ministries as far as academic qualification is concerned, as far as professional practice is concerned. Number four, the National Council should assist Minsante to regulate practice through one, capacity building workshops and conferences with conferments of professional development units bearing career advancement consequences. Number two, expectation from the National Council, regularly test and admit graduates into association. Number three, expectation from the Council, organize capacity building for trainee students for trainees with students membership. All students enrolled in the professional institutions as well as state universities should be canvassed to be members of this council, who will organize capacity building workshops for these students suiting the student level. So they start building professional packages while on training. Number five, denounce and punish malpractice on the field through withdrawal of memberships and licenses, as well as suspension for specific durations. Once again, wisdom must prevail. Our two ministers have proven it. We on the field should prove it and make sure that propaganda has no space in our activity. Dear friends, dear brothers and sisters, our education may be lacking in some aspects, but if I speak to you in the way I speak to you, I'm a product of training in Cameroon. Never I've never been trained out of Cameroon, and I think I am proud of who I am. That doesn't mean that I've arrived. That means that I can even now recognize what I need and go for it. My young Cameroonians, are you just leaving high school? Let nobody deceive you. Join the professional institutions to be trained properly. Go for your HND, go for your BTS, go for your DSEP. Let nobody dissuade you otherwise. Do you want to be trained by Minsante schools? Go for their concours and wait for when this harmonized program will come out, when you shall join MinSoup and get your bachelor's, your master's, your PhD, if you so wish. I want us to note the world has moved. The world has standardized as far as training of health professionals is concerned. Bachelor's degree is even better. Bachelor's degree is wanted most, and this is gotten only within the Ministry of Higher Education ranks and the universities. If you are training for any other diploma, ask to be told the pathway that would eventually lead you to having a bachelor's, a master's, and a PhD, so that in the future, if you so wish to upgrade, you will not have a problem. How be it, there are several other professional diplomas that the Ministry of Public Health can build that are even postdoctoral. There are licenses that you could obtain to practice from public health. Please let us quit cheap propaganda and help our country grow. Thank you very much.